Gratitude should feel fun. It should lift your vibration. It should raise your vibration. It should feel fun, enjoyable, and good to do every single day. Hello gorgeous souls, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining me for another one of my YouTube videos today. I hope you're all doing well, and I'm so excited to be diving into this topic with you today. I get this question so much in my communities, on my Instagram Q&As, in my Law of Attraction support group on Facebook. This is a question I see time and time again. Emma, what do we do if gratitude is feeling samey or feeling like a chore? And this is such a great question because our daily practices are so important in the manifestation practice, but it has to feel good. So what do we do when a daily practice or something as powerful like gratitude starts to feel not so great, starts to feel like a chore? What do we do? Well, I'm going to cover that in this video with you today and help you reignite that spark with your gratitude practice. But if you're new here to my channel, then welcome. My name is Emma. I'm an award-winning life coach, 3 times best-selling manifestation author, Law of Attraction YouTuber here on my channel, and I'm the host of the #1 spirituality podcast on iTunes, Aligned Abundance. And here on my channel, I cover all things law of attraction, manifestation, spirituality, and self-help. So not only do I really hope you're going to enjoy this video, but the abundance of videos here on my channel over the last 10 years. So gratitude is the best attitude. We know from all of the amazing old school teachings that gratitude is so key in life and in the manifestation process, because what we give thanks for multiplies. What we are grateful for, we attract more reasons to be grateful into our life. And this is why a gratitude practice is so highly recommended by myself, by others, by all the, like The Secret, all the old school books, because of how powerful gratitude is. And gratitude has the power to transmute any negative emotion, and that is how powerful gratitude is. Whenever somebody comes to me feeling disappointed or feeling like like there's an area of their life that they feel disappointed in, or like it's not where it should be or where they want it to feel, I always say get grateful. Even if you are in the season of your life that in between, you're in that in between of you're not where you want to be, but you're manifesting the reality that you want, gratitude is what will take you there. Your situation will not transform until you give thanks and you're in that present moment and you're feeling gratitude for where you are here and now. And I know that may feel really, really difficult, especially in really extreme situations where it's impossible, feels impossible to even feel grateful for the situation that you are in. And it's not necessarily about feeling grateful for bad things happening or really difficult situations. That would be more acceptance that I would say would be needed in that situation. But there are still blessings in this season of your life. And even the fact you're here, breathing, hopefully healthy, watching this video is a reason to be grateful. So there is a whole array of different gratitude practices that I see in the manifestation realm. You have your good old written gratitude practice, which is more commonly taught, and in The Magic, especially by Rhonda Byrne, it is taught to write 10 bits of gratitude a day. Now, I always say to people, this is the quickest way to kill your gratitude practice, because who has time for that nowadays? And secondly, that's a lot of new things to write every single day and keep up with that practice. So for me personally, probably about 5-6 years ago now, I switched to 3 to 5 things, and I will just write down intuitively every single day what I'm grateful for. But writing is one of my manifesting superpowers. So for me, I adore writing. It's definitely how I manifest, and it feels so good to write it down every single day. And I am also someone who has day blah, 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 blah on their gratitude. So I think I'm on like day 2,600 and something at this point. But I do give myself a day off. Every Sunday I have a day off from my daily practice. So I have a day of rest where I don't pressure myself to do it. So that is 2,600, whatever it is, days of consistent gratitude for me. And the #1 thing that has kept me consistent to be able to even be at day 2,600 or whatever number it is actually allowing myself to have that day off, right? To have a day off, or, if life is happening and something chaotic happens one morning and you're just not able to sit down, I give myself permission to do that. I don't push myself to do gratitude. I allow it to be something that enhances my day. I've also mixed it up over the years. I've been doing gratitude for over 10 years now. So you can imagine how it's changed and shifted as my energy's changed and shifted, and how my daily practice has changed and shifted. So listen to your flow, listen to what works for you, because that is the secret sauce to getting consistent with any practice, but especially gratitude. The second mistake I see people make is thinking that it has to be written. I get asked all of the time, but do I have to write gratitude down? Now, I do believe there is a stronger energy around writing gratitude down because it takes more focus, intention, and energy to do that. But that doesn't mean that speaking your gratitude, thinking your gratitude, meditating your gratitude, or recording your gratitude, like saying it out loud or doing it on a voice note, isn't as powerful. It's what works for you. And if saying it out loud on a voice note to your friends is as impactful or more impactful for you than writing it down, then why wouldn't you do that? It's what feels good to you. Whatever gets you into that feeling and that attitude of gratitude is exactly what the aim of the game is here. So I see many people giving up on gratitude just because they think it has to be written. So I really want to reassure you that it doesn't have to be written. You can do it in any which way that feels good for you. And if it has started to feel samey or like a chore to you, then I actually really recommend you trying this, mixing it up and trying a different form of gratitude so you can see how different it feels when you try something different. So I will pop my gratitude morning meditation and my evening gratitude meditation in the description below for you to go and give a try. It's free on YouTube, so you can go and watch that and give it a try and see how meditating on gratitude feels different to writing it or even speaking it. And that is such a great easy meditation, which is literally 5 minutes long, that you could do each and every morning if it feels good to do so. Now, the next part of the question I always get asked with gratitude is, what if it starts to feel samey? How do you write different things every single day? Should you write different things every single day? And I definitely think you should challenge yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, I absolutely sometimes will write the same thing 2-3 times in a row if I genuinely want to give thanks for that again that day. There's nothing wrong with giving thanks for something. If we have to, only write something once and never write it again, that probably would be quite difficult. So I am definitely an intuitive gratituder. So every morning when I do my written gratitude practice, I will actually tune into what I feel grateful for in the morning. So sometimes that is really topical. Sometimes it's something I did the day before or something that's happening that day, and it's really topical to what I'm doing in that moment. And I think they're actually really great things to tap into because they're happening there and then. You can tap into that energy almost live because it's either just happened or about to happen. So I definitely do give a lot of gratitude for things that are happening there and then in the previous day or on that day, because it just feels right to do so and it's on my mind and in my energy at that time. But intuitive gratitude is definitely the way forward. Don't force yourself and go deeper with this. I'm going to get to my protocol for gratitude feeling samey in a second, but go deep. Tune into what you actually feel grateful for. This isn't just an exercise of how many things you can list. It's what you are actually grateful for. So this is why I say drop it to 3 to 5 things, because there will be 3 to 5 things you could probably easily list as a gratitude for the day, even if it's, something that's happened that day or the day before. Like, that will be easy to do. Another part to gratitude is taking it deeper. So not just saying what you're grateful for, but why you're grateful for that. So for me, I will always write my gratitude down as I am so grateful for, and then my house, for example, and then why. So I'll put because it keeps me safe and it's a beautiful, uplifting energy, something like that. So always write your why, because I bet you I could say to you, list me 20 things you're grateful for. And you probably could. Your dog, your cat, your house, your job, your car, whatever. But if I asked you why you were grateful for those things, that would take the practice so much deeper and you would hit the sweet spot of what a gratitude practice actually is. So don't forget to write your why down, because it enhances the practice and takes you straight to the feeling of gratitude so much quicker. So what would I do if gratitude is starting to feel samey? And absolutely, over the last 10 years, it has for me, absolutely. Like, it would be unnatural if it didn't, right? So what I do if I feel like I'm writing really superficial things, or I'm just writing samey things, or I just feel like I'm writing things for the sake of it, I will go deeper. I will challenge myself to get present, and I will challenge myself for about a week or 2 to write non-materialistic things. So we're talking like clean water in my home, perfect eyesight, a healthy body, you know, food in my cupboard, my Tesco delivery coming every week, you know, I will get super, super, super deep, because that is where we really challenge ourselves to look beyond the obvious. So if you are someone who feels like you're just writing really obvious things down, you're writing the same things, you don't know what to write, I challenge you to write non-materialistic things for a week or two, and challenge yourself to think about your health, the privileges and luxuries that you have in life, even if, you know, you don't feel necessarily that you have all these luxuries in your life. You know, I bet you have clean water, I bet you have access to food, access to things that a lot of people in this world would swap in an instant, right? There's always somebody who would absolutely want your life, even if you're like, who would want this life? So really dive deep into the uncommon things that you wouldn't necessarily give gratitude for, because it really centers and grounds you into the bigger picture of actually there are so many reasons to be grateful. And how often do we give thanks for our senses, for example, our taste, our hearing, our eyesight, for example, just really deeper things like that. How often do we give thanks for clean water? How often do we give thanks for hot water running through our houses, for example? How often do we give thanks for our safety? All of these different things. So do take it deeper, because that is where the real gratitude work is. When we go past just the things that we have and we go into the real luxuries and privileges we have in this lifetime. But what I want to leave you with in this video is that gratitude should feel fun. It should lift your vibration. It should raise your vibration. It should feel fun, enjoyable, and good to do every single day. And yes, gratitude is the perfect practice to do daily. I would highly recommend doing it daily, because it raises your vibration and sets you up for a powerful day ahead, sets the tone. And I really hope these tips have guided you to reigniting your gratitude practice, mixing it up, and trying new things. Sometimes our daily practice absolutely needs that. And as your energy changes and evolves, as you know, grow, change, and evolve through every season, your practices too, definitely. So if you have been doing the same thing for years, for months, and it's not feeling great and you're not getting that same feeling, use the tips in this video to reshake and reignite your gratitude practice, because you will feel the world of benefit from doing this. But the key here is finding what feels good for you. Every single person is different, and that's beautiful, that what works for one person may not work for another person. So gratitude doesn't have to look like writing it down. Yes, I think there's great power in that. Yes, I recommend you trying that, but there are other ways. And I really invite you to try those suggestions that I've given you and the meditation below to see what shifts for you with this. But I would love to know how you share your gratitude. What really lights you up, and what is the way that you have found works for you in creating consistency and those good vibes? I would love to know in the comments, so please do let me know, and I'm sure everyone else watching would love to see what works for you as well and get some inspiration. But thank you so much, gorgeous souls, for watching. I appreciate all your views and likes. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new here, because I would love to see you again soon. Don't forget to leave me a comment in the comments box down below, because I reply to them all. And don't forget, you can also join my free Law of Attraction support group over on Facebook, where you can join myself and other like-minded souls, where we talk all things Law of Attraction and spirituality. I hope you have an incredible week, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all in my next YouTube video, which will be next week. Lots of love.